Is there 3 matches today?
There are 3 maps indeed.
It's like a rush of blood straight to my head. I've been learning how to love again. I can feel it crawling under my skin. Just don't know why it's taking me all this time. Mending all these worn out feelings in my mind. I just wanna love me like you do. I just wanna love me like you do.
Hello and welcome to the Esports Tower Valorant Rumble. Tonight we wrap up our Winter Rumble kickoff between the Lynx and Spiders. We are tied 1-1 in a best-of-5 series heading into Icebox. I'm host Jacob Palmer, joined by Michael Fish to call all of the action for you today. Fish, this is the first major show match that we have of the winter season, and as we saw last week, it's a major chance for a lot of players to prove where they are, how they perform tonight is going to really matter in how they probably get placed or what teams they get placed with as we get into actual championships going forward.
Yeah, I think this has also been a really good time for some of the players who in the fall season kind of were always on the same team to kind of stand out. I know last week Avian had a fantastic game. Him and Atlas have kind of always been paired together, but they've also always kind of been on the same team as Prestige. This week they're playing against Prestige, so it's kind of one of those where it's like, where do you stand outside of maybe having one of the top esports tower players in Prestige on your team? Can you carry the team by yourself? And so far, it's a pretty close series, but right now I think Avian is definitely stolen the spotlight. He was having an absolute wild performance. I think, 37 and 16 last week? That's stupid, crazy good on any Valor map.
Well, let's take a look at the two teams competing tonight and see, just as I hinted at, it is a best-of-5 show match between these two teams. Last week we ended it with the second game, it being tied 1-1 apiece. So now we will go into the third game, see which team positions themselves at match point, hoping for an early closeout to tonight's proceedings. But before we get to that, we also want to give our players Doc's keys to the game in Valorant. And those keys to the game are to flank effectively, spend and peek wisely, count cards and call abilities, and of course, click heads. It's brought to you by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched up with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Who will take control of the series and advance to match point on Icebox? Well, let's get into the action as soon as we can. Before we do, though, we do want to give a quick shout out to Vitamin Shop. Has everything a gamer could need. Scan the QR code now to check out their latest products. So now we go into Spiders versus Lynx's Game 3 Icebox.
Yeah, Icebox, one of those classic maps. I think a lot of it is going to be kind of told early on. How often does whoever attacks first go towards that B site? Seems like usually in the past few Rumbles, we've seen teams that can succeed on B usually end up winning this map. A's kind of been left all alone, so I'm excited to see kind of how these first couple rounds play out. Once we get past the pistol rounds, kind of who takes over, because this is a very interesting map. There's a lot of ways to go about it as we hop into the action.
Spiders look like they're going to be the ones to start off on defense as Lynxes go on to offense first. Take a quick look at the Lynxes. They're all kind of coalescing around A, with a whole lot of them choosing the Ghost to start out with.
Yeah, they are all going to rush right towards A. Avian with a nice kill there onto Sunny Lee. And that's a spike as well. It's a great start. Couple more shots, but not quite able to find a kill. But that's a great start for the Spiders.
It suddenly put a damper on everything the Lynx want to do. In fact, Viper is moving over to rotate through mid. Trying to rotate up through there and just divert enough attention, but Jabe is wise to that idea. Reskin doesn't even know he's there. One shot to the head, and the Lynx's offensive push starts to look even more dire.
Yeah, they're probably just going to have to... They did end up baiting almost all of the Spiders over towards that B site. They don't know it, but if they're able to get a spike down, they have this site basically free right now. Here comes the rest of the squad, but Keegan is going to be able to at least get a plant down. Though Centrify does go down to the swarm grenade. Prestige will pick up 1, make it 2. Do we have a 3rd for Prestige?
1 enemy remaining.
We don't quite. Now it's up to
Spike
Atlas,
down
though.
A.
It's a 1v2.
Prestige, unstuck, pitched in from both ends, can't pull it out for the Lynxes. Spiders get their first victory. Not only that, but that very well played swarm grenade from that kill KJ didn't even allow the spike to go down for the Lynxes, so they're not even going to have the slight credit bonus that goes with that.
Yeah, denying that spike plant was huge. I think if the spike goes down, Prestige can play that a whole lot differently. The whole team really can play it differently. They can be more defensive. As you said, yeah, fantastic swarm grenade. We do see triple Marshall action here for the Spiders. So the buy-up round here, I don't think give them quite the advantage we're used to seeing when teams come out in full Spectres. They're going to have to make sure they hit their shots, or, you know, those credits will be pretty much wasted.
Centrify going to take the first peek, immediately gets hit with the Marshals, trying to get an early shorty pick, and it's just mowed down. Siege now going to try yet again, but he really pushes by this Neon. Been pretty well dealt with, especially with Avian on this Sheriff.
Last player standing.
I mean, we're talking so much about the 3 Marshals, but Avian, all he needs is the Sheriff, and he's getting the headshots.
Avian has been red hot so far. Dashes away. Sunny Lee trying to at least pick up a kill or 2. Don't know if he'll be able to find the 1v5 clutch, and he's basically surrounded. Atlas will pick up his 3rd of the round, and it's a flawless for the Spiders. But now this still puts it in a weird spot. It is the bonus round, but you're bonusing triple Marshals into ARs. I'm curious how this round will go, but yeah, as you said, Avian doesn't need a Marshal. He just needs a Sheriff and a couple of headshots.
This might be the main breakpoint away for the Lynxes, because I think just the main power differential was Avian on that Sheriff for the first 2 rounds. No matter what they picked, they were all going with shorter range handguns, if you will, than Avian was. So he's going to stick on that Sheriff. Bunch of Vandals and 1 Phantom over for the Lynxes.
I feel like the Lynx is playing it a little bit slower this time. You do still have a couple peeking towards that A site, but you have a couple going B as well, and you have the Viper in the mid. Spike kind of hanging out. I'm assuming once they kind of get info on which they think is the easier site, that Viper will grab the Spike and head over in that direction. Right now, Cetrified thinks he has Hydra pinned. See who wants to peek first. Is Prestige going to shut down that Sheriff and Avian. But Jabe right back with a headshot. Makes it 4-on-4.
I don't know if Jabe realizes he has Kikkonen off to the right in yellow. Might have spotted him out of his peripheral vision. Takes 1 shot. Both of them whiff on it. Lynx is looking to push maybe back toward A, even though it's eluded them. One thing they're going to have to watch out for, though, is there's so much KJ util still on the point.
Ooh. Gigon trying to bait out that Al drone. Couple of Marshals surrounding him.
Standing ahead.
So far, none have hit their target. We go back over to Prestige, and Kikon able to finally get over on a kill onto Hydra. And now immediately going to rotate over towards this A site, as Sunny Lee will get the spike down for the first time in Game 3.
Spike planted.
And the Lynx have a 4-3 advantage.
Last player standing.
Spiders now on the retake is going to only have it to the KJ with the Marshal. Really tough job. In fact, isn't even going to use the Marshal. It's just chances are better on the Ghost. Can't even get 1. But tough situation. They were bonusing anyway. So now we'll see how the Spiders can do once they get their full rifles.
Yeah, a bonus is tough either way, but when you're running triple Marshals, and unfortunately, outside that 1 shot from Jabe that we just saw, none of them really hit the mark. Now it'll be interesting to see as you see full ARs coming out. Curious, maybe an op for Avian on that Jet. We can't quite tell. He did pick up quite a few kills. Yeah, I do believe that is an op. You can see the barrel left side of the screen, so that'll be something they have to watch out for if you're a Lynx fan or a Lynx player. That mid is going to be heavily covered here, and I think this is actually going to be maybe an aggressive push. No, never mind. Looks like Avian's going to go over towards B instead. We'll see if the Aldrone can spot him. I don't think it saw anything, unfortunately.
My ult's ready. No one knocks away.
KO ult going to be used first, trying to clear out some space for the Lynxes as they move in. A trade back and forth, 4v4 as they make their way toward the point. Going to wait for that 1 last pulse to go out from the ultimate before the spike goes down.
Ooh!
Dang. Shot in the foot.
Okay, now they know the op is over there. Still have Viper wall down. Right now, Atlas and company. You see Avian trying to find. Oh, just unscoped at the wrong time. Tried to take a shot, dashed away. Viper wall goes back up. Now the Spider's got to try and find a way to push through here. Ooh, I like this ult.
Killjoy going to be thrown down. They got some more space. Wall heads down, and Avian puts that off to good use. On to Centrify. They have to go and stick it. And all this post-plant detail, including the snake bite, might just put that out of the Spider's reach. They got to get out of there. Just.
Oh, they lost the op.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. That is. Ugh. I was all thinking they were just going to try to retreat and keep the couple rifles they had, especially when you got an expensive weapon like the op. That just did not turn out well at all.
Yeah, some great lineups there for Rezkin getting the kill onto Hydra, who was trying to stick it. And yeah, I mean, Avian just kind of thought he was safe, had to actually go under mid-tubes in order to survive, and that's a huge blow. When
Oh
you
my
see
goodness.
there. The Spiders,
Revealing area.
quite the buy here for round number 5.
And all Steeners are going to charge into them. It still manages to go into a 1-1 trade, but you hear some of them getting hit by that Hunter's Fury. It's going to bring it down to 3 apiece for each team. Not too bad considering they have all Steeners.
Last player standing.
But Sunny Lee with a double looks to be bringing this back solidly in the Lynx's favor.
Atlas is going to get a Phantom. Interesting that the Lynxes didn't want to challenge this in a 1v3. And instead just wanted to roam over, get the spike down. I guess they do get the bonus credit. So I'm going to see Atlas very quickly there. He is about quarter HP, maybe a little bit higher. So Kikon will have the health advantage and just kind of jump peek right now, see if he can bait some shots out. While he waits for his teammates, you see Rezkin there on the Viper, maybe looking for a flank. Atlas gets one. And if he clutches it, he might get the ace as well, as now Rezkin's in a very awkward spot. Sunny Lee looking down long here, but ends up turning around, and
it would have to be an ace because he can't settle for defusing at this point. That spike is just too close to detonating. He might just try to save here. The problem is he's got to retreat from the spike explosion. Don't want to get caught again, but he might run into to Rezkin around the corner.
oh.
Okay, you gotta be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, you can't be upset if you're Atlas. The 4K again. I really feel like right here the Lynx should have just taken the 1v3. You probably could have figured out at that point they all had stingers, but instead you give quite a few kills over to Atlas, who now only needs 3 more for his another KJ ult. It's 10-1 as well.
And again, for all of them having stingers, that's a pretty good round, getting 4 kills.
I like the aggressive push too. Sometimes when you're defending, but you're kind of, outbought, I think getting aggressive and just pushing into him is the right play. Sunny Lee and Avian, who's going to win this? Ooh, nice dash away there from Avian. Don't know if he heard Atlas walk past him, but he might see him now, and he'll shut down that kill streak for Atlas right away.
Trying to bait out a few shots, and it works.
Ooh. Jabe does have the ult online as well, so depending on where this spike goes down, I mean, you probably can kind of guess where they want to put it as Sunny Lee gets taken out in mid. Yeah, you're going to Hunter's Fury this, I think, every time. Shock Dart does miss. Second Shock Dart hits, though.
Down to 1 health, Rezkin.
Recon Bolt does land. Again, there's a Hunter's Fury. I feel like Jabe should just rip it at this point. But he's just holding on to it. Smoke goes down. Shock Dart going to come out from Kikon, trying to stop the defuse.
Last player standing.
Unfortunately, going to get rushed.
Holding it down. Yeah, Snakebite is going to force just get outside of there. He's just going to look away, hope for the best.
Now sleep.
Type holds the fort down for him with the triple. Now the Spiders have tied it back up.
That was a great round by the Spiders. I mean, again, maybe thought the Hunter's Fury should be used, but Now, if you're the Lynx, you got to get creative. They know exactly where you want to plant it on that B site, so they're going to try and spray you down. And now this is a fun little econ round here. Maybe you've got a couple ARs, you got a couple of pistols. This is going to be up to Rezkin, Prestige, and Sunny Lee. It looks like everybody with Cetrify ends up with something, so. And he has a lighting hand, so nothing too crazy, actually.
Charge is going through on toward A. You're going to give the ultimate point over to the Brand. Flash thrown out through the wall. And that ultimate is able to take out Type, but Avian quickly puts a stop to it on the op again.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Hunter's Fury denies the plan. Avian going to get a kill on the Prestige.
Welcome to my world.
Ooh, nice kill there as well for Avian. They do have to force Rezkin to use the Viper pit to try and get a plant down. Avian looking for the ace. Rezkin does pick up one, denies the ace as well.
Rezkin trying to play around the Viper's pit. Got caught in the rope. Key thing I need to see here is, do they remember he dropped the op? Yeah, they're going to pick it up for him.
He almost had a great angle on Atlas, too, if he had gotten up that rope or maybe even tried to loop around. But once again, Avian putting in work, just can't quite finish off the ace, and Rezkin nearly had a nice little clutch here, as you mentioned. Jacob just kind of got caught on those ropes. Think he knew Atlas was up there and kind of tunnel vision donned it and got shot from behind.
Turret out.
Well, this op reinvesting definitely working out for Avian. Gets his first pick. Lynxes also look to be caught on a save round as well.
We saw the damage Avian did with the Sheriff in the first couple of pistol rounds. She takes a couple of well-placed headshots. Is Prestige and Kikon going to throw a couple shots out?
Crosshair placement doesn't quite work out for Typhlotic. He's going to have to spend the heal on himself. Moving slowly up. Had a great opportunity on that KO. Didn't get the headshot right off the bat. Took enough damage for Kikkonen to take him out. Spider still, though, maintaining an advantage, 4-2.
Rezkin potentially could get the spike down. He's going to have a
30
one-on-one
seconds
versus Jabe here, who just called out the L-drone! Oh, awful timing there. That gets a
player
Vandal over as
standing.
well, but unfortunately
Spike
Atlas was
down
able to
A.
recover with the drone, too. Oh, that was nearly exactly what the Lynxes needed.
Sunny Lee moving silently on the ropes over toward the spike. He doesn't
10
have much
seconds
time
left.
to pick it up and plant it, and all three are just focused on him. Avian, once the wall goes down, takes Sunny Lee out. Spiders now open up a bit more of a comfortable lead, 5-3.
You die, I lose a bet.
It's been a couple of rounds where just if one or two things goes the Spiders' way, if Rezkin's just able to live this, he just didn't check where the sentry was from the KJ. And unfortunately got shot in the back, so as you said, now it is 5-3, though they do get a bye this time for the Lynx. But really, it's going to depend how will they handle this op that Avian has, because he has gotten multiple picks almost every round with it.
This is standard util thrown out through mid as the rush goes on over toward A. A lot of the Spiders also seem to be coalescing around A as well. It's going to be a pretty hectic gunfight in the next few seconds.
No one walks away.
He's going to rip the KO off. There's Avian with the first blood with the op. Jabe is suppressed. Does get a kill onto Prestige. He's going to get taken out by Sunny Lee. Atlas does have an angle, but it does look like they are able to get Prestige back in the fight as the KJ ult going to go down here.
Spike planted.
You need to get the spike down and then get out of that killjoy. I was going to hear knives be brought out by Spiders in an attempt to retake. 0 players detained. Smoke goes out onto the point. Cetrify had those.
One enemy remaining.
Had those Raptors locked down. 1 left for the Spiders. Can't bring it back on the knives. That's a whole lot of ultimates spent over from the Spiders to try to retake that.
Yeah, the Spiders, after the KJ ults and after they didn't detain anyone, as soon as you lose a couple members, I feel like the Knives maybe were kind of the YOLO play, trying to save it. But as you said, you lose multiple ults. It looks like you still have the Sage res for the next round, but the Lynx have done a great job, and I'm curious how Avian's econ is looking. I'm wondering if he's going to have enough to buy another op. It should be close. And it does look like he will have enough, because otherwise you could have just saved the Knives if you didn't have the money, but he doesn't have to worry about that.
Standing ahead.
Jabe has his location revealed in a lot more ways than one. Clearing out some space for the Lynxes to move in again. Not only this, but if they get the spike down as well, they have amazing post play. I mean, they got the Hunter's Fury and the Orbital Strike as well. They're going to use the Hunter's Fury right now, however.
Ooh, Kikon going to take out Jabe. Spike does get planted. But there is that Sage res. Get Jabe back in the fight, and they get a kill on the St. Lee. So it goes from a 4-on-4 to a 5-on-3 all of a sudden. Hydra baits out the util with the fake defuse.
One enemy remaining.
And everyone gone for the Lynxes. Turns out that one Sage res was all they needed.
Oh, no, you don't deserve
Now,
my
Atlas, this is
mention.
interesting. Even though he used the Killjoy a few one round ago, he's only 3 points away from getting another one, so might be able to get one more out before we head into half.
Yeah, triple KJ out in a single half would be absolutely insane, especially if we can maybe get it for that last round. Absolutely phenomenal performance by him and Avian. The dynamic duo, I both believe, over 13 kills each. And we'll see what the Lynx have here in store this time. And I would tell you, B is going to be a scary place to go as Avian's over there with that aggressive angle on the op. We'll see if he spots out Sunny Lee, but it looks like he ended up retreating.
Watch out! Watch out!
Both utils thrown out.
Toxin screen down.
Hydra just trying to hold things down. Behind the crate. That is wall bannable. Hydra just peeks out from behind it and takes out the threat.
Yeah, it was hard to see if Kikon knew that he was there or was just trying for a wall bang, but the moment he missed, he gave his position away. We did see Sunny Lee go down over towards B as well. I think was looking maybe for an advantage there, as it looks like
Toxin
the rest of the Lynx are going to go through Tube, try and make a play over in Kitchen, though there is a op staring right down that hallway.
One enemy remaining.
And now he learns his res goes down, but it's not going to matter. It's a team
Team
ace, and it's 7-4.
Well, broadly, I would say for a team ace, that means
Last
we know
round before
one
the
more
switch.
ultimate point crucially goes over onto the KJ. So 1 or 2 picks here, maybe an ultimate orb, and there could be an extra Killjoy slotted in for the Spiders. Lynxes have been holding on to this orbital strike all this time as well, and you actually see, I think I saw a Bucky there on one of their purchases. This is not necessarily a full purchase. Cetrify, ugh, that's tough to pull off.
Yeah, unfortunately, they went for the full buy last round after losing. Their eco just not strong enough to afford a full buy after 2 straight round losses. You see Avian, he's going to get his presence given away. He's going to try and look down this hallway, but doesn't see anybody with the op, so he is going to retreat. Econ with the first kill onto Jade. That's a great pick to start out with. They get Atlas looking the wrong way.
Spike down, B.
The spike is down.
Target
Oh
dead.
man, where are the Spiders looking?
One enemy remaining.
Spike.
You really gotta hand it to this Neon here. I mean, I was saying it was a tough job enough with
Spike
the Bucky,
planted.
but you know, didn't even need to get any picks. Just was such a distraction for 2 of the Spiders that it all worked out.
Cetrify doing a great job, as you said. kind of keeping everybody looking the wrong way. Prestige, nice little jiggle peek there, and let's make it 3 headshots in a row. And the Lynx get it back to 7-5 before we swap over, and I feel like they've got to be pretty happy. I mean, you see 2 guys in the enemy team with 15 kills, and it's only 7-5. You can't be too upset about that result.
This was just great also with the wall placement. You see, it wasn't just their neon. They had kind of a 3. They just had a split push overall. 3 going up through mid, and then just the KO holding out on yellow. And just that one person going off through B was enough to take out the Spiders one by one.
See what the Spiders have when it comes to attacking. We saw mainly A for the most part. And that looks exactly where they're going. Interesting. Normally, see teams just leave their Viper over on B, but you've got Prestige on the KO as well, hanging out. So you see the Recon Dart going to go out. Get taken out immediately, though. Really curious what lineup Keycon had there as he was aiming at the ground, but we won't know it as the Spiders immediately decide, let's just turn around and figure out a new plan of attack. A is not it for them today as they're looking towards B.
Very crucial thing to notice is also that Avian is back on that Sheriff, and that was kind of the key differential when he was on defense for the first 2 rounds. It's going to be a bit harder to get those headshots with that Viper wall thrown out.
Poison orb emitting.
They're going to move through it. Reskin trying to hold down the fort. Wall goes up.
Toxin screen down.
Or is going to use the knife to break it. Avian just takes a quick peek around the wall. Isn't able to get there. He gets someone.
The wall went down and Reskin realized he was not alone. Petrified trying to jiggle peek there as Jabe gets a kill on to Sunny Lee. And well, this is quite the strat by the Spiders. They go over to B, use quite a lot of use, still get a couple of picks,
left.
make it another one as Avian gets one there in mid, and now
they've
all of a sudden moved back to A site.
Whatever side they pick, they have the clear they are the clear favorites to win this one. I don't know how much Cetrify can do with just one lone ghost. Especially since Avian coming around on the flank route. Cetrify is able to get him.
Any pick Cetrify can get is huge. As you said, ooh, Shock Dart nearly misses. Trying to dash around and create some space. Let's get a kill onto Atlas. But there was just too many. But 2 in a 1v5? You can't be too upset about that.
And this is odd here too, because Avian, as you see there, has been so good at just getting headshots right off the bat, but that's so much screen time around. On the one time he just needed to take out the Neon to get the flawless for his team, just missed multiple shots in a row.
Can't be too upset. He's 17-7. He's feeling himself. He's going AR round 2.
Ugh.
After triple Marshall to start the game on round 2, we got an AR for Avian. I mean, I can't blame him. Looks like we got Hydra with one as well. So a double AR buy up here on the second round of the second half.
All the Lynxes are moving like a unit as well.
Oh, they might get a good flank here.
They're going to hear that ultimate orb, so they know all the Spiders are moving through. Question is, how well can Kikkonen defend in the traditional place before everyone on the Spiders turns around?
Oh, that swarm grenade slows everything down quite a bit.
Atlas gets one. Avian another. Kikkonen now down, so there's only one angle that the Spiders have to focus on.
Last player standing.
Reskin tried, unfortunately, Toxin. The wall didn't go up in time. Thought maybe Prestige was going to have it when he grabbed that AR. I mean, that's the risk you run when you buy an AR. One kill, you give it over to the enemy team, but the flank just, really that swarm grenade that we saw, a great highlight there by the Observer, just forced the Lynx to kind of get stuck, rotating behind him. By the time they finally got through, all their U2 was down and they couldn't go anywhere.
As far as gambles go, that one paid off pretty well. 3 of them are going to be bonusing. The 2 ARs that they have are still in the Spiders' possession, so they are not going to be left in a similar position on a 3 Marshall bonus. 2 Vandal bonus is a lot better.
See what the Spiders want to do. Avian, as you mentioned, one of those players who did get to keep their Vandal from last round on the bonus, so will be even with most of the Lynx. Looking for the first pick. He's had quite a lot of first blood so far. Taking a ton of damage, and Rezkin just going to deny him through the smoke. Centrify picking up another as well, dashing forward. Goes 3 for 1 overall.
Toxin screen down.
Everything's gotten extremely quiet as the Spiders are down to their last 2 players. Kikkonen is slowly going to put the pressure on through mid. We also got Prestige holding down A. It's going to be very hard for them to rotate toward any point.
One enemy remaining. Spike
Quick
down.
tap
Attacker
onto
spawn.
the head, blinding Atlas. Has to destroy the knife. Now all of them close in, and they get Atlas.
Not much you can do there. Great job. We talk about it all the time when you're in situations like that. Just use your team. Don't try for the crazy 1v1. That's usually how you lose situations when you go 1v1v1 as opposed to a 4v1. Great job just surrounding him. I love that aggressive play by Cetrify, dashing forward, and 9-6. Lynx are doing a really good job. If they can win this round, they're going to force the Spiders into an eco. They really could get right back in this game. They just need to win this next round right here. Maybe the most important round of the match for the Lynx. Again, it's a best-of-5 series tied at 1-1 here. So we're on Game 3 on Icebox.
Also now Atlas just calls out Prestige's position, and that's a huge opening for the Spiders. We'll see how well these shock darts can... Well, they're not really going to pick up any chip damage whatsoever. And now the Killjoy goes down very quick onto A. It's going to be at least a spike planted. The Lynxes can't even set up on these high vantage points
Spike
because
planted.
the Spiders are predicting where they're going.
Nobody's denied by the Killjoy. Jabe, though, does get 1 pick. Rezkin going to go down as well. Now it's a 5v2. Cetrify going to throw the wall up. Does see Avian, picks up 1. I believe he saw the dart come out from Jabe, so he knows he's there. Unfortunately, the turret is going to force him to retreat. See if Sunny Lee can find an angle.
Also getting some good chip damage in here and there, that turret. Hits both Cetrify and Sunny Lee.
Launching smoke.
Cetrify, though, making a run at it with a triple.
On your head.
Oh,
player
but that swarm
standing.
grenade is just
One enemy
enough to
remaining.
hold things down. Atlas, classic Killjoy. The post plant, very hard to dislodge.
Yeah, great job by Sunny Lee, at least, you know, scouting for the swarm grenade. We did almost see, by the way, Cetrify pick up an ace while we were watching Sunny Lee battle this defuse. He ended up getting 4 just before going down. So a great effort there by Cetrify as he put out the swarm grenade just a little bit too much. And now it's 10-6 for the Spiders. Curious how the eco will look here for the Lynx. They might get... Oh, looks like they are able to mostly buy. Outside of Cetrify, who does have the ult, so doesn't really need a gun.
3 suppressed.
It's a very nice knife. Lets all of the Lynxes know that Spiders are going through A. Shock dart thrown out. Same position, but no one's there.
Looks like he's got a lineup on the alt orb.
Those are both darts spent. Now a different type of dart. The recon dart is going to go out from the Spider Sopa. Avian dashes in. Puts more smokes down. Almost gets a headshot onto Cetrify. Just gets the plant. Sticks it through the molly thrown out by KO.
Probably gonna rip the ult. Wants on top of that swarm grenade. We've seen those a couple times. I'm gonna try for the defuse. Jabe gets the kill through the ult. Prestige picks up 1. 4 going down.
Oh, wow.
Remaining.
Oh, he pulls it off.
I
but the
mean,
Lynx
we've
did it.
been hyping Avian up so much, but I gotta say Atlas has been probably the most consequential player on the Spiders. It's been insane with this KJ. Not only secured the last round, but this round as well. I believe that one play has now made him the top
The Lynx
player.
defused it.
Oh, they
They
did.
got the defuse off. Yeah, they barely get. Atlas tried his
Oh man,
hardest.
I was thinking.
No, he was probably.
See, that's just how good Atlas was doing. I just assumed that he
distracted
managed,
you. He distracted you. No,
But I mean, he is top fighter.
No, I mean, and the fact that he got that triple
out of my
kill, even
way.
with the defuse, I mean, look at the econ. It's 1 AR and a Guardian for the Lynx and a bunch of pistols. I mean, even if they lost that round, I feel like the Spiders still came out on top thanks to Atlas's triple kill, 22 and 6. Avian chasing him down, makes himself, I think, the 21st kill of the match with those knives.
He wants that top frager position back. He's like, I'm the Jet here. This is how it's supposed to be. But we'll see how Atlas can do.
Yeah, 22 to 21.
I mean, when you're considering also that, you know, Atlas is on spike planning duty on that KJ, it's very impressive how much he's been able to pull off.
22 kills on the KJ. That's had more impressive than 21 on the Jet, but really the Spiders have been playing really strong as a team. They have A fully locked down. Prestige with the Sheriff, probably waiting to see if you hear play. They can't see that they're right on the other side of each other, but we can.
He's going to wait for the KO. And he's going to wait for the rotation or try to catch Kikkonen out. Kikkonen does not check the angle, doesn't know he's there. Oh, that's getting greedy. But greed is good in this case. Almost gets his fourth. And that was a complete breakdown for the Lynxes.
Yeah, and you got to peek your corners. Very sneaky spot as well to be on the other side of the wall for AV, and Redskin will see what he could do. And yeah, I think Sparley, he was the only one who bought an AR that round and realizes, let's not throw the AR away. Let's not mess up the eco of the team. Let's just get out. We have a couple more rounds left in us, so it'll be 11-7 Spiders as soon as the spike goes off.
Round secured. Right. Yeah, it really just highlights how close Atlas was to winning that. If he had gotten that last round, they'd be at match point right now, Spiders. They aren't quite there yet, but this was, oh my goodness. I was thinking that this might be Avian's kind of undoing, that he was getting a little too greedy there waiting for two.
Yeah, unfortunately the clip gets ruined by the fact that he missed 3 knives on Prestige and gets turned on. But yeah, no, I think I'm with you. I thought, okay, let's just kill the Sova. Let's just move on, but he waited long enough. Neither of them, I think that'll be something they'll definitely probably make sure they do. If they don't this round, I'm sure they'll be reminded next time they see this in a VOD review. Hey, you got to check every corner. You can't just go blindly running in. Some people like to get tricky sometimes in Esports Towers. We see a full-on B rush, and we'll see how long Redskin can hold out here with just some of his util.
How well is that Phantom that he saved from the last round going to pull through for him? He's moving in past all of this util, taking down below 100 health, moves back out, going to heal up. Yeah, he's been trying to keep that spike from being planted, but is not going to be able to get it. Cetrify, though, on quite a flank. Gets one.
Ooh.
One enemy remaining.
On the reload there with Cetrify. But the rest of his team's got him. They clean up, and it's now 11-8 as the Lynx get one back.
Belt's ready. Sorry to spoil the party.
That's a pretty consequential round, considering 4 of them survived. They have free pick of all the weapons the Spiders had. That's going to solve a lot of their eco problems off that last round loss, and this was just no one really quite knew Cetrify. They took out their Avian before he could do anything. Typhlo trying to clean it up, but that was the only pick that he managed to get.
Then the rest of the team, Kikon picking up a double. They were all right behind Cetrify, so as soon as people kind of got confused, they take advantage of the chaos. And really the biggest problem is they just haven't been able to chain round wins together to dent the Spiders' econ. I think the Spiders have had an AR on every round except the pistol round. And that's going to make it just so much harder to win when you're never at an eco advantage. We'll see if they can maybe get one here. Ooh, Riskin saw Jabe. But smartly backs up. If you lose your Viper, you lose total B control.
Gunfight exchange in mid, and Sunny Lee is going to take out Avian.
Just couldn't quite get it there. Prestige and Kikon on a sort of a double flank. Both get picked off.
You
Now
will
that
not kill my allies.
They managed to get the res. That's absolutely huge for them. And by kind of baiting Sunny Lee away from mid, enough time for them to rotate
Last
up through
player
two.
standing.
Sunny Lee's going to be the only one. And then Type catches him out in mid. Spiders now at match point.
Match
Just a
point.
great little, really, the double kill on to Kikon and Prestige really is what kind of shuts this round down. We just got the tail end of it there. That kind of opened up the map, made it a 5-on-3 with the Sage Res, and now, as you said, match point, though there are 3 ults up for the Lynx. A couple of ults up. Really, we have not seen a attacking Killjoy ult in quite a few rounds
Let us
here, as
hunt.
Atlas has cooled down a little bit on the attacking side.
Interesting thing is a lot of pressure is kind of leaning toward
Revealing
A
area.
for the Spiders, and they've got 2 on mid, only 1 on A. Not going to catch anyone through that dart.
Got Rezkin pushing up on B over towards Avian, but doesn't look like either of them want to take a peek at each other.
You should run.
Right behind them.
Deploying
There is
drone.
that Killjoy plus the Aldrone, so that's going to open up A. That'll be a free plan. So there is Hunter's Fury. Beacon hit.
Wow.
Oh, 2! Absolutely
Standing ahead.
huge.
That stops the spike plant. It's Trax. They're going to try to rotate through mid, try to salvage this round. They might just be able to. Avian gets prestige.
Ooh, can Atlas make it
30
through in
seconds left.
time? Smoke does go
Last player
down, and oh,
standing.
Kikon was trying to get Atlas, gets picked off by Avian. Now it's all up to Rezkin here with
Spike
match
planted.
point in hand, and Avian will end it.
Attackers win.
Spiders go up 2-1 in the series.
Congrats to the Spiders for winning that round. And, you know, going at it alone can only get you so far. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. Esports Tower really takes the time to create teams of well-matched teammates. Shout out to all the coaches and those of you watching who haven't checked out Esports Tower. You should. It's the fast track to rank up. So the Spiders put themselves on match point heading into Game 4. We'll see if the Lynxes can fight back. These matches have been pretty darn close, all things considered, so we'll see if we have another close game right after this on Game 4.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Home is where you hang your hat. Snuggle up. Hide out. Home is when you're with the ones you love. It isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. At Idaho Central Credit Union, our home is Idaho. We grew up here, and we're proud to help more Idahoans with their home loan than any other financial institution. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe home is where you make it.
Welcome back to this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant, broadcasting from the Boise State Esports Arena. Spiders on match point as we head on to Game 4 for Ascent. So can they close out this Esports Tower Rumble and win the first Winter Rumble of the year? I'm your host, Jacob Palmer, joined by Michael Fisher, calling all the action for you. Before we get to going over this match, Rish, we also want to take a moment to congratulate all the Esports Tower Club members who have been offered scholarships and graduated from their clubs and offered scholarships at colleges around the country. Over the last year, Esports Tower Club members have received over $3.9 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but also academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. We could not be more excited and proud to see all the opportunities these players are getting. So now we head on to Ascent. Overall, as things the first two rounds last week were even closer than this one. You know, all things considered, this one was considered a bit of a blowout by the standards that we've seen so far in this best of five. So, do you have any predictions on how this one's going to go as we head into Game 4?
Oh man, Ascent feels like maybe a classic way to end the series if the Spiders can get it done. I mean, I think it really is going to depend on how the Lynx want to handle AV and Atlas maybe as well. It's hard to say. I mean, Atlas popped off when he was defending on the Killjoy, a role that you would expect. Once it got to attack, the Killjoy kind of slowed down. So it really depends on what Avian can do. If that man can get it off early, taking control of mid like we've seen time and time again on this map in Esports Tower, it's going to be game over, and it might not be close. So they've got to shut down Avian quick if you're the Lynx.
Once again, shout out to Vitamin Shop, providing everything a gamer could need. Scan the QR code now to check out their latest products. We're ready to load in to Ascent. Spiders versus the Lynxes. They have a chance to take down the Lynx. Coaches have talked about making sure they don't overcommit to plays and just play smart to win the series. Don't want to drag this out any longer than it has to be. But we'll see what the Lynx have to say about that as we head down into round one, off to Ascent. Lynx is already pulling out some interesting picks. A Cypher being brought up, which we don't see on Ascent normally too much.
Yeah, no Jet either is very interesting. No one really to match Avian with that mobility.
Shutting them down.
Sacrifice Knife going to go a bit far. Does hit one, but they don't know Avian's right there. Might have heard Atlas jumping around. Full of shots. Traded. Sacrifice nearly gets body blocked by his own team, but able to make it out.
Knife with a headshot onto Cetrify is going to have that answered back by Prestige, making it 4 apiece. Prestige keep going on with this Reyna. Fully heals up, gets the spike down.
Spike planted.
And trying to, by all means, to get that wallbang, but doesn't find it.
Well, they know Rezkin is there. You can see the ping going out. Econ's right behind it with the 2-on-2. Shots exchange, and Jade picks up a double. Though he's only left with 25 HP, and the Killjoy not much stronger either.
Last player standing.
Prestige with the ace. We have a Prestige ace. Yes, we do. Prestige saying, we're not going home that easy. He picked up a nice 5-piece for himself.
It might just be a thing of this, of kind of these unorthodox picks on Ascent. They might just be comfort picks that the Lynxes have gone with. And if we see Prestige at the same level of performance in the other rounds as we had this round, Lynxes could very easily even up this series.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely popping off in that round, though we do have Plenty more to go here in Game 4. Again, Spiders on match point, up 2-1 in the series. Looking to close it out on Ascent, though not starting out strong, as they do lose their first pistol round of the night. Bresh does land on a Keycon. He was in quite an interesting spot there. So he'll grab the alt orb.
I can't use that.
Camera thrown out onto point, quickly taken out. Aladron is going to go in its place. Still not spotting anybody from the Spiders. Around the Avian was patient with the shorty. Picks up a double from it.
He did actually go with the Phantom after that 5-piece. Petrify gets 1. Happy will trade out. 2 on 3. The Prestige does have the ult if he just wants to rip it round 2. With the AR, it has quite the firepower advantage over anyone on the Spiders. It's a decent idea where everybody is. Oh, wow. What a headshot onto Jabe.
One enemy remaining.
Oh no, Atlas. I don't know if you can win this one.
And Prestige is on a streak. I think he just might be the one to carry the Lynxes this whole round.
When you have 9 of the first 10 kills, I mean, I feel like make carry might even be an understatement at that point.
He was just completely unstoppable from the first play. Thing is, he's already got the Phantom now, so he doesn't have to worry about an awkward bonus round.
Yeah, maybe even, you know, if he really needs to, tosses a teammate something if they're short, but after, you know, a quick 2-0, maybe you want to try and maybe get another Phantom or a Vandal for this bonus round. I do believe the rest of the Lynx did go down in that last round, so they're not able to bonus anything but that lone AR.
3 suppressed.
Gets 3 off of the knife.
Petrify still trying to maybe peek it. Takes a couple shots, though, unharmed, able to run away.
Happy catching. Oh, almost looking like he was going to catch
Spike down,
the Lynxes
mid.
off on an unexpected flank. The only problem for is he's having to do it with a Bulldog. And Kikkonen just peeks out from around the corner, one shot with the Sheriff.
Maybe trying to make a cool little play here.
Oh, I like that.
It's all about checking your corners, especially with Avian. That's the second time he's caught the Lynx off guard, though Kikon does make it a 2-on-2.
30 seconds left.
Caught out by that Molly. Helps
Spike
Atlas
down
take
A.
out Kikkonen. Has to pick up the spike. They just keep a sideline on it. Now Spiders get their first round.
I mean, that really starts and ends with Avian's fantastic double pick over in Garden. Just hiding deep enough, and had a teammate there as well, so there's a chance if the Lynx peek him, he just gets shot by his teammate. Fantastic bait, and they shut down the Lynx's win streak. They shut down Prestige, and now we'll see what the Spiders have in store, though. For winning a round, you can tell there's still a lot of Bulldogs coming out for the Spiders, which is never a good sign.
I would think with all that they were able to take out from the Lynxes, you would think they would have a full purchase this round. Gonna go through Lynxes also on.
Flash.
Ready to go through them. Just gonna flash through the smoke immediately, get a swarm grenade in their face.
Ooh, Reskin, nice little shot on the Jabe there. Avian does have the knives. Curious if he'll want to rip it. You see a bit of a retreat of the Omen. That's Typhlotic. It's on quite the little flank there. He's going to be behind him in mid. I don't know if anyone's going to peek that. The hell Kikon did for me, and he took him out.
I know exactly where.
Lynx is also going to be able to get that neural theft going pretty early.
I like that. Usually I think Neural Theft's that one ult that we always talk about. It's so hard to get off. You see players sit on it for round after round after round. So really a great job by the Lynx, just ripping it as soon as they have the ability. Not waiting for the perfect spot.
Zetrify is waiting for any sort of audio cue on the Raptors to be spotted. Grenade thrown out by KO.
Probably almost taking as much damage as he's doing at this point.
And the Spiders are just gonna turn tail and run.
Well, I don't know if Zetrify's gonna get out, and if he does, he might walk into a host of spiders.
It's a spider's nest.
They're waiting for that ambush. Hands over a free Vandal. The Spiders and Happy will not complain about that at all.
Lynx's overall that still I wouldn't think shouldn't put too much of a dent in their eco. It looks like everyone is still happy with their ARs. Also see Avian most definitely going to be using the knives to start things off for the Spiders.
Yeah, kind of surprised he just didn't rip it last round. Maybe trying to just eco as hard as he can to get that off. He was absolutely dominant on Icebox.
Required. Thank you for your compliance.
So one more round, that might be what he's looking for, as he does now rip the knives this round for the Spiders. Zetrify and Atlas might have a little bit of a battle here, though Atlas is just behind cover. Drone, don't think it saw him.
Flashbang.
Gonna be pushed out onto the point, door closed. Moving in for the plant. You're gonna be able to get Sunny staggers for a bit there.
Beacon here.
Begins.
He's gonna plop the all. Oh, Sunny Lee! Oh. Fantastic from our angle, where we know he was right there. And now it's all up to Happy with his stolen Vandal. Let's get hit by the spy cam. They have a good idea where he is. You can see Prestige on that. Reyna has a good angle on him. Prestige to pick up his 4th of the round and make it 4-1 Lynx.
We're doing good. Let's do better. Just for fun.
Aside from saying let's do better, I don't know how much you can really do better when you've won all but one round. Prestige definitely, if we were to look at the KDA, is popping off on this Reyna. I have 14-1.
I mean, that is really not much you can argue with that performance. You know, when you're down 2-1 in the series, you need somebody to pop off. I mean, 14-1 through 5 rounds is...
It's kind of, you know, solo queue mentality. I'm used to this. I'm used to this agent. I know how to make them work. I'm just going to go and pull my team across.
Typhlotic trying to pull the Avian. Nice little blind there. Does get one onto Keycon. And a second onto Prestige as well. Bulldog working out for him as he lives with 3 HP.
Recon Bolt is going to catch Zetrify. Force him to wait that out.
See ya.
Firing through the smoke is able to get 1 pick for Sunny Lee, but there's still 4 left for the Spiders.
Have KO at half health and the Omen at
I don't think
3.
he sees Avian, though.
Uh-oh.
One enemy
Nope.
remaining.
Gotta
30
check your
seconds
corners.
left.
Now I think you just push Zetrify here. Do not make this a 1v1v1. This is where it's gonna go south. And Avian pushes forward, does just that. The Spiders get one back.
And this repeated corner now has been a constant pain for the Lynxes. It's really it's been the only thing that's really taken these 2 rounds away from them is completely not checking that corner on guard.
Alarm bot. Recalling my bot. Alarm bot out.
The Spiders have done really well. They've kind of hit some interesting spots. Forced the Lynx to check corners you might not usually check. Avian up on these park benches, hoping for another as we go over towards Garden again. And Avian heard Keycon, picks up 1 before Prestige. Helps out his teammate, makes it a trade. Ooh, nice shock dart.
My ult's ready.
One enemy remaining.
Lynxes seem to have recovered pretty well, though. He's thrown out 2 eyes. Uses it to take Atlas out. Now the Lynxes are back on the roll.
Stay alive. I want their life, not yours.
Lynx, as long as Prestige is able to survive, picks up a couple for his squad. This is some great shooting by Cetrify. Fantastic shock dart as well. Help him win that trade against Jape, who's been quietly having quite a performance as well for the Spiders. Kind of lost in all the Atlas and Avian hype, but Jape has won quite a few gunfights of his own. We'll see if he can help his team kind of close this gap at 5-2.
That's going to be thrown out onto A. Doesn't get a paint on anybody. Moving up through Catwalk. Clearing a good amount of space out for the Spiders. At least the good news for them is there's no one hanging out on that particular ankle. Oh, I spoke too soon. Time to try to go through.
Enemy marked.
See if the Lynxes can successfully push through here, but every time they've taken this route, it's not worked out for them.
And mid might be a avoid, at least Garden, I should say, should be an avoid look away, as there's Jay right on cue, getting a kill onto Reskin in that Sova. Recon Bolt does give away Sunny Lee's position. But anytime Prestige is alive, you know there's a scary chance.
That's good eye as well.
They will cover.
Empress popped for the Lynxes. He's going to try to solo clutch it again.
Fortunately, he has to push over to Spike, and Atlas and Jabe know exactly where it is.
30 seconds left.
And Atlas is in quite the
He still has
spot.
1 eye, so he can flash himself in.
Checking every corner.
Oh, he's not checking the what?
Oh
my
remaining.
goodness.
He didn't check where Jabe
no!
was. He forgot
I thought he had
corner.
remembered all the corners.
Did not expect Jabe to be there. And Jabe prevents what would have been an insane clutch. Could have made it 6-2 Lynx.
I mean, essentially, you're on Empress as well, so you can just immediately take, you can immediately go into your Wraith form, maybe use that to peek a few corners that you couldn't normally. I don't know.
The one thing, he only had 15 seconds, so if Jabe's not there, he might not have had enough time to get the spike. He was going to be close either way, so I can't see why he tried to prioritize spike.
Suppressing. 2 suppressed.
Spiders has the knives out. They have all their ultimates, in fact, for this round. But Atlas isn't going to be able to use his as he's caught out by the knife. Prestige, first pick onto Jade.
You want a piece of this?
Guardian's going to lock it down. Chew for Atlas. Where he's eliminated by Sunny Lee.
Oh. Avian Prestige duel. Knives miss. Except for 1, and Prestige will heal that damage right back up.
Prestige, I mean, it's round 8 and Prestige is already up to 22. It's quite insane.
The longer this game goes, you have to wonder how many kills Prestige can pick up.
Coming back.
Sunny Lee does get the spike down. We'll see what Happy's got in store. Does have the ult, but down to 1v3, you'll rip it here. Oh. Oh no. Didn't know Cetrify was there, broke the glass. Cetrify couldn't lock in the kill. Peeks around the corner. Cetrify gets caught deep till out. Does suppress him. But walks right into his crosshairs. And Prestige will finish the job. Who else?
I do like that play from Happy, though. I mean, just that one shot onto the glass already kind of set Cetrify into a bit of a panic mode and gave away all of his location. So that one shot to the glass turned out to ultimately lead to, 3v1, getting at least one exit, one frag.
Yeah, I think, as you said, if Cetrify, maybe just doesn't panic, waits it out, I would assume Happy probably just pushes up on the rafters, and you can just sneak behind him and get the free kill like we've seen so many members of the Spiders do. As you said, immediately broke glass, kind of shot everywhere. Ooh, Typhlotic with the shorty, as Prestige already starts the round off with a kill. Almost finds Avian, who does dash away. The Prestige does take quite a bit of damage from that trade.
Nowhere to run!
Two Hunter's Furies used in response to each other. Jabe's going to be the only one who manages to get an elimination.
Powerless.
Ooh, Typhlotic trying to get a cheesy shorty kill here through the smoke as Avian does finally chase down Prestige with the stinger.
He thinks he's right on the other side of that smoke.
Gon makes it a 3v3. Makes it a why not? Make it a 3v2, a 3v1. What does Atlas have? The Lynx pick up a much needed round again. They're already down on match point. I think the quicker they can get us to game 5, the more happy they'll be. The longer you let these Spiders stick around, anything could happen.
Almost gets the pick onto Prestige. I mean, Prestige is hanging on by a hair, and we've seen in the rounds where Prestige is the first pick, that could very well be a victory for the Spiders. I was unable to secure it. This was kind of funny. Both of them using the Hunter's Fury against each other.
Well, the shorty, didn't work. Why not upgrade to a judge here for Typhlotic?
Cover going out.
Throws out the blind. He's hearing the audio cues.
The hunt begins.
Whoa! Oh, only gets one.
Almost would have had a huge triple, but as you said, it's just a 1-for-1. Sunny Lee gonna get that spike down. Watch out for Avian. Jet on the bottom side of the map.
That's also an Ares being brought out by Jabe as well.
Not quite the shotgun he was looking for. Prestige picks up one right in Happy's face.
Back up to Garden is going to take down the door.
Lock in sight.
Dart thrown out. He is.
Last player standing.
Brezkin is tipped off to his location. Gets him after he gets Atlas. Jabe is the only one left.
They're running him down. Prestige picked up the Ares, gets the kill.
Last round in the half.
Only one round left. Lynx is going to be able to go all out. Whereas the Spiders have been struggling for eco this whole time.
This goes here.
Yeah, this is kind of in reminiscence of what we saw on Icebox, but just the Spiders unable to win multiple rounds in a row, never really able to have an eco advantage. Lots of shotguns being brought out even still in this final round. There's some Bulldogs. I think there's a Judge. It's not quite what you want in the final round of a half. Almost.
Gonna pull it back. He's gonna throw out. Still manages to pick up the Brimstone. There's been a whole lot of firing past A. I mean, a whole lot of firing on A side.
Oh,
That
no.
gets the button shot he was looking for.
Almost whiffed it. Does recover. He is in
One enemy remaining.
Oh, this is a 2-on-1, but he picks up a great kill onto Prestige. Sunny Lee versus Atlas. Happy rotating over now.
Shutting them down. One suppressed.
30 seconds left.
Grenade.
Prepare for hell.
Oh my goodness, he's caught out by 2 ultimates at one.
No,
But he's just gonna...
Flashbang. Flash.
Oh
10
no,
seconds
we
left.
got detained. That probably is going to mean round over. And Happy will finish that one up. So 8-4 as we go to the second half. Lynx still in the lead though.
Switching sides.
He's with 29 kills.
Yeah, most definitely going to go on to 30. Probably wouldn't be surprised if he breaks 40.
He probably has to break 40 for them to win, I would assume. At least based on how the first half went. 50, maybe if it gets a little dicey for the Lynx, is in the realm of possibility. I mean, after what we did at the start of last game, I mean, he could have almost 40 in a couple of rounds.
Prestige seems to be focusing on just going with the Ghost. Not going to go for any headshots with the Sheriff this time.
Camera taken out.
Cypher's camera's going to get a peek on
Cage found.
Spiders, who all go charging through B, and Sunny Lee is waiting for him.
That was a fantastic job. Ooh, you saw Happy sneak in the bag. Quite a few different angles that they needed to shoot from.
One enemy
Reskin gets one, Prestige will get another, and it's all up to Happy here.
Beacon down.
Who gets taken out by Centrify, and the Lynx pick up their 9th round.
We actually see they're going to be using... I thought I might have seen one AR be brought out by the Lynxes, but maybe not. Might have just gotten a bit confused. Either way, it's going to be all classics for the Spiders so that they can pull by next round. So that should, if everything goes all according to plan, Lynxes are going to be brought to double digits off of this one.
Got a very aggressive start here as well for the Lynx. As Prestige pushing forward. Gonna see a couple.
Spike down mid.
It's a double kill for himself and the spike. Might have seen another on the jump peak there. Peakon gonna pick up one before Atlas does gun him down, but it's a 4-on-2. Spike is down, and now I think they're just gonna try and surround and conquer.
One enemy remaining.
Clutch shot with that Marshall as well. Now just one Spider left.
Prestige just simply playing the spike. Says, I know you've got to come to me at some point. Aldrone does see Prestige and does actually hit Sunny Lee as well.
Smoke thrown out. One shock dart. Nobody knows Prestige is down there.
Last player
Prestige
standing.
does take a good bit of damage, but
How sad.
finally
You're
gets the
just
headshot
like
he was looking for.
everyone else.
You were right, a little closer than it maybe thought it would be, especially for that start where it was 5-3, but the Lynx do move on, 10-4, and really our first major blowout so far. We thought last game at, what, 13-8 was a blowout. This one I think shaping up to be an even bigger one unless the Spiders can go on a run here.
There.
And the Lynxes are also going to take quite an aggressive charge through B. Oh, Prestige is waiting and just manages to get out of there.
Tripwire destroyed. Cage trigger.
Geekgun gets flashed out on market. Does get a great vantage with his camera though. Let's try and bust the door down. He'll do just that. Prestige trying to find Happy back here in Boathouse. Ooh, nice turn by Jabe.
Spike planted.
By trying to bring this back. And just pick up 3 with the knife.
Last player
almost
standing.
had it. Geekgun does pick up an AR though.
Be difficult to decipher nonetheless. Gets flashed as well, buying even more time for the spiders.
Good effort there. With how the spiders have been playing, you got to check every corner. And it's now 10-5, and maybe something the spiders can build off of here in the second half to kind of get back in this game.
Happy is going to be forced onto the Bulldog for this round. So even though it's a win for the Spider, it is not a full buy for them.
No prisoners.
All of them are going to go charging through A. Setchify is just waiting for the shorty. So he has his location revealed, and that kind of defeats the whole purpose of this plan he's trying to pull.
That was a fantastic recon dart by Jabe, and got taken to 6 HP. Really not much he could do there. Prestige gets 1.
Spike down A.
Managed to jump away from that. You can find that AR back. That would be massive. Ooh.
There they are.
What's Rezkin starting to be in a cheeky spot?
Taken out.
Works out for at least 1 pick. I don't know if he can move far enough to even pick up that weapon, however.
30 seconds
He's going
left.
to get taken out of there.
Barely bought enough time for Prestige and company. Ooh, the sentry did kind of hurt this flank. Typhotic gonna get the plans down. Jay didn't even see Sunny Lee up in heaven.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh, he finds another, and they're just gonna take it with whole pistols. Oh, that is brutal.
This Prestige isn't even going to hand it. Oh, no. Okay. Phew. I was about to say, it didn't look like he was going to hand it over to anybody on that. Yeah. Going to hand it over to Sunny Lee, who is able to charge up his orbital strike.
And that's just, I mean, that feels like the kill shot for this game, even though it's still 11-5. You had a full buy. They had nothing but sheriffs, and you get 3-0'd. I feel like the Spiders might have to start planning for what they want to do in map 5 of this series, because it's going to be a tough comeback now. You're ecoing again. At least you get 2 ARs, but man, this feels like it's going to be a difficult comeback here.
Camera taken out.
Already gets the camera taken out. Gonna try to use the Killjoy to clear out point B. Ooh, an orbital strike as well to put a damper on the Spider's enthusiasm. Rezkin firing through the smoke, gets himself a double.
1 enemy remaining.
Yeah, and that orbital strike also just takes out the Killjoy entirely. So Lynxes don't really flinch in the face of the ultimate from the Spiders.
And Prestige will knife him. The Hunter's Fury, maybe a bit of overkill there, but
I could fight forever.
I don't really know how much of a buy the Spiders are going to get here anyway.
One final point for the Lynxes, and we will be going the full distance. Game 5 coming up.
Like you got 3 Bulldogs, maybe, is what I saw. Maybe a Stinger thrown in there as well.
Get out of my way!
Do get the knife here from Avian.
2 suppressed.
Petrified just trying to end this one early. It's 1.
Flashbang. Grenade out.
Yeah, they know they got the advantage. They want to end it right now. And a bit of running gun from Type on the Stinger.
Let's get 1. Unfortunately, his KO teammate is
Cover going out.
living on a prayer right now with about 4 HP.
Traveling.
Walks right into the eye.
5
Last
HP.
player
is-
standing.
Atlas kind of knew what his fate was there. And it's
Type,
all...
yeah, this is not the kind of fight you want to be taking with a Stinger.
Watch them run. Damn it.
Tried.
He tried.
And Prestige, fittingly,
Defenders win.
will end it probably around that 40 kill mark. Be curious to see what he ended at, but still a phenomenal performance.
Well, if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then join the club. Esports Tower players get inside access to industry insights, and with our featured Rumbles, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. Well, the Lynx claw their way back up to tie the series at 2-2, so we'll head into a winner-take-all Game 5. We'll take one last break and then be back with a conclusion and see who's the first champion of the Esports Winter Rumble right after this.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Home is where you hang your hat, snuggle up, hide out. Home is when you're with the ones you love. It isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. At Idaho Central Credit Union, our home is Idaho. We grew up here, and we're proud to help more Idahoans with their home loan than any other financial institution. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe home is where you make it.
Welcome back to the Esports Tower Winter Rumble. It's time for a winner-take-all Game 5 as the Lynx and Spiders have had a close-fought series so far. We're going to head to Fracture and see who is the ultimate victor. I'm sorry, host Jacob Palmer, joined by Michael Fisher. Fish, if I think there was anything that we kind of saw last game, it's like Prestige was kind of the emergency reset button, if you will. He just completely comfort pick on the Reyna on Ascent. It popped off, and now here we are. The game essentially reset.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, kind of been another comfort pick for really the prestige teams of Esports Tower. I mean, we've seen them 13-1 teams on that map. We've seen it when they need a comeback. So a perfect pick by everybody involved. Kind of let just Prestige take the wheel again. I would have loved to see how many kills he ended with. It had to be north of 40, but again, I don't know if he can do it again, right? I mean, it's going to be Spider's map choice for Game 5. They clearly know if we can shut down Prestige, we've got a really good chance, especially after that last map. I mean, again, you can't really blame Prestige's teammates. He was getting all the kills. What did he do? Tell him not to get an ace round 1? So I'm curious what the map choice is, and I'm curious what it's going to force Prestige on, because, again, as you said, that Reyna absolutely popped up.
It is going to be Fracture.
We haven't seen Fracture in a while. I'm really curious how often these teams have played Fracture. I think it's been months of Rumble since we've seen it.
I mean, to be fair, we haven't had a best of 5 in a while, so that's probably the reason.
That's true. I know when Fracture first came out, we had, I think, like 4 straight overtime games in Esports Tower on Fracture. So, I mean, buckle in. It probably is going to go for a long one. The series has been dead even, so maybe it's the wild card pick here to set it all up.
Well, whoever wants to get the victory is ultimately going to have to follow Doc's keys to the game in Valorant. That's going to be to flank effectively, spend and peek wisely, count cards and call abilities, and, of course, click heads. Brought to you by Esports Tower. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched up with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Ready to head into the winner-take-all Game 5 on Fracture. And one last shout out to a Vitamin Shop, having everything a gamer could need. You can scan the QR code that you see right now to find out more information on all the products that they offer. It's been a long time since I've seen a flyover of Fracture. Not a very common stage, but we'll see if it might be kind of a sleeper pick for either of these teams. Spider's going to be the first on attack. Lynx is on defense.
I'm going to be curious here exactly how these teams want to handle it. Does look like we got a couple of subs as well here for Game 5. Does look like we've got Happy back this time on the Lynxes. Kind of a do-it-all sub. And then it looks like we also got Moonkeeper in as well for the Lynx. So, team chemistry, especially coming off a dominant win, might be, a little messed up. With a couple new players in for Game 5, but we'll have to see what they do is get a nice little dart there. Here it looks like it's a B tempo. They do got another member on the other side of B that's going to kind of sandwich the Lynx here. I like this play.
Paint shells, putting a bit of damage. On to Kiko, just charged up by Avian. Seen Avian do well. He's gone from a sentinel to being a duelist, but he seems pretty comfortable.
Last player standing.
Really speak why the Spiders picked this map. They open up with a flawless over the Lynx. They knew exactly what they wanted to do on B. And again, maybe taking advantage of this, I would probably say, the least played map in the Esports Tower Rumbles, and playing it really well.
And we've already seen a problem earlier tonight of not all the angles being played, so especially on this stage here too, if it's not one that you're used to, I wonder if we'll see any of that come into play.
Well, we kind of saw it there at the start where they peeked on the spike and just kind of got shot from tubes. I like this strat. They send Jabe on a long flank down through ropes, though Jabe's about to walk into a living nightmare if you keep an eye on your map. So he does go down, and now it's Prestige's turn to take the ropes for a flank.
Spike planted.
Spiders get the spike plant going despite having lost Jabe.
Avian
Oh,
just saw him.
Key shots exchanged. Well, Prestige manages to get away. Atlas and Avian both pick up one for themselves. Down to 3 apiece. Spiders get their second win.
And these Stingers and Spectres just prove to be too much. And you can clearly see the Spiders, I mean, despite not having played this map, have an attack strategy. It's the second time we've seen them do the exact same thing. They go B, they try and send Jabe on the ropes, but this time, unfortunately, Jabe just met a kill squad. But they do a really good job of attacking B. I mean, this map is awkward by itself with just the massive size, especially from where the attackers start as well. And I'm curious how the Lynx are going to start to rebound here, as this time we're looking for A, and it's going to be a 5-on-2 for the Spiders if they choose to push forward.
They wait for a little bit before all moving in. Oh, slow peek around Dish. Really doesn't work out for the Spiders.
Couple more kills, Avian will have that showstopper. So at least they stay committed. You have Prestige potentially coming on a flank. You can see a couple members checking their corners behind them. If Prestige can sneak in, that would be huge. Does trigger some util though and causes the whole team to turn around. He needs somebody on the Lynx to push forward. Prestige gets one, gets a reset.
Cutting their vision.
And he's just gonna dart away. Never mind.
Well, Spiders still have 3 left to try to push through.
Find you.
Gets blinded by the breach.
30 seconds left.
They really can't seem like they have the time to rotate over toward B, so they gotta stick to pushing on A. Throw a smoke or 2 down. Able to keep peeking in at bay.
One enemy remaining.
Reskin also gets a pick. And yeah, not even gonna get 1 on that bonus round.
Yeah, unfortunately, they slow peeked around Dish, as you said. Boonkeeper got 1, and that kind of just set the whole tone for the round. Really stopped their aggressive push, allowed the rest of the Lynx to rotate over, and this time Fracture kind of works against the Spiders, because at that point they knew they had a full commit to B or to A, and they just didn't really have a great advantage besides kind of throwing themselves down and hoping they could find an opening.
Yuto set up for the Cypher, trying to lock down A. We have a lot more of a split push. Well, this seems like the Spiders still want to go through A, but they're only sending 1. Their Cypher up through Dish. Avian gets a double. Start things off well for the Spiders. Gets caught in the tripwire.
Jabe, nice kill on the Geeko there, and it's 4v2. Atlas is going to get the spike down.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Hydra with a nice kill there onto Happy.
He's got to be thinking, who's the one I can take out? He can get a one-on-one with Jay through door, but he's not looking the right way. Spiders get their 3rd.
Excellent job by the Spiders. This time they found their way onto A. And looks like we go back to B. We'll see if the Lynx can slow them down. B has almost been free for the Spiders.
Despite the bonus round, the Spiders have been pretty comfortable on attack. See, also, a judge being brought out by Avian. Might try to do maybe a double blast pack in. See what he can do. Over. Well, he's just going to be content right now to stop. Oh! Picks out the Sage on top of the wall. Bringing Showstopper out immediately.
Fortunately, there's no one to showstop.
Just going to have to fire it off. Prestige also sticking on the Reyna. Oh, caught out by the paint shells and Jabe.
Yeah, those are some great paint shells, forcing him to move.
Last player standing.
Jabe getting another one. And Moonkeeper in a 1-on-5. Any picks he can get.
He's going to throw out a bunch of util. At this point, though, might just go for a full save mentality. That does look to be the case.
Surprised he's not trying to hold an angle, and it looks like this will be his one for the exit frag. Gets one, but was completely surrounded. And Spiders will win another one, and at least early on, pulling away a bit here on Fracture.
But it just can be, you got so many angles to defend on for Fracture. It can be a bit of a tough task to defend, so can't necessarily draw too many conclusions on how the game is ultimately going to play in the first half. We'll see if the Lynxes also do as well on attack.
So Spiders really making a great use of these unique attack angles that you can nab here. Time with a nice 2-2 split with Spike, interestingly enough, kind of holding an A angle as if the moment they get resistance, or maybe they're just trying to get util out, they're going to flip around and turn towards that A site. So Avian picks up the first kill, and Steve does land a decent shot, but not enough for a kill.
I know exactly where you
Neural
are.
Theft put out by the Spiders. Going to give them the info on the last two remaining members of the Lynxes. Happy manages to get one with the short.
Oh! Never fun when you're both reloading a shotgun, just staring at each other, waiting to see whose reload will finish first.
The Lynxes have saved up a whole lot of ultimates, every single one available to them. They're going to have, well, one of them actually has to go for small shields.
Yes, this should do.
Again, Hiko basically holding down A by himself with that Cypher utility. And we'll see if he can maybe look for a pick around Dish. There's Avian once again, first blood for him. So Moonkeeper does a great job getting Typhlotic and making it a 4-on-4, but the rest of the team's heading towards A, and we'll see if Econ put his util in the right spot.
Face your fear!
Nightfall ripped by the Spiders. Only ultimate they have, but we'll see if it puts to good use. It's Keegan right out in the corner. Oh, it's a bomb bot. Boom
Spike
bot.
planted.
Oh.
There.
It's a nice ping, but Avian with the flank. They go 1 for 1.
Last player standing.
Oh, they needed Happy to win that one.
Prestige, did work on Ascent, but is having a lot more trouble. The stage has gone over to Fracture. Hydra gets the 6th round for the Spiders.
Avian out here doing his best Prestige impersonation, 14-2 so far. And yeah, this definitely feels like a a comfort pick map. The Spiders have looked very strong on Fracture, seem to have a very strong game plan where the Lynx have, unfortunately had a bit of issues so far. Maybe they can do it on attack, but right now it's going to be quite the comeback on attack. It's 6-1 here in Game 5.
But again, it's hard to get wins on defense.
True.
So,
Here.
just Fracture is just one of those more attacker-friendly stages, especially since they kind of changed it around by making Dish a lot simpler. Keegan and Jay both going to get a peek out onto each other. Already with one of the Lynxes down, I think the Spiders are going to get another round.
Yeah, they pick a second one up. Unfortunately, the Sage kill means there's no revive available either. Keeper going to get picked up by the Haunt. Boombot comes in, able to take care of it. Atlas going to get that spike planted.
Spike planted.
OG Jay might get caught. Oh, if might get caught looking at his camera. He is able to be able to take the engagement with Moonkeeper, gets the pick.
Last player standing.
Hydra takes out Prestige, a flawless on top of that. The question, this is all going to be a game of margins. How big of a margin are the Spiders going to run up to themselves while they're favored on attack?
I mean, at this point, I mean, if you can get maybe 10 or 11, I think you've got to like your chances.
There.
You get at least somewhat of a buy here for the Lynx.
They will cover!
Empress just gets ripped right off the start. Great job to be able to pick Avian, who's done a fantastic job just picking up first blood after first blood.
Goes into a 2-on-1, so was going to use the eye to even things up.
Attacker spawn.
Gets 2 picks. This is a great opening for the Lynxes.
Picks and the spikes. And Hydra and Typhlotic are nowhere close. I mean, obviously, they can take the rope.
This is a rough space for the spike to be dropped in. I mean, they can't take the ropes over. They'd just be sitting ducks, so it's such a long route they have to take.
Yeah, you can see the vision cones on your map, and you can see where basically every member of the Lynx is looking, and it's right on that spike. So Hydra and Typhlotic take a nice angle.
They gotta get through a wall as well. This is just not that fun.
Ooh.
I'm gonna try to bring out. Oh!
Ball goes down. Hydra did at least get prestige, but a great job by the Lynx. This time they finally get to be the aggressors with even guns, and it works out. They pick up another round. As you said, it's all about margins here for the Spiders.
And was this a very early pick, that immediate opening volley by Prestige that managed to get the Lynxes that round, and the coaches know Prestige is a great leader. Do a fantastic job in keeping his team on track, making sure the people focus on their key situations. And I think mental focus is kind of the thing to remind yourself on. You're on defense, you're on a little bit more of a disfavored position, just hang in there till halftime and try to take as many rounds as you can until then.
Ooh, Prestige about to have a lot of fun here. Maybe he can dodge this boom bot. Unfortunately, he could not. On comes out as well, dealing with the paint shells, but Pico able to pick up a double kill, helping out Prestige.
Satchel out.
And use the satchel to try to move through door rather quickly.
Got him.
Happy's in that smoke. He had to have heard Avian on
One
ropes.
enemy remaining.
They just kind of fire blindly at each other, and Happy wins that one.
Time for a break.
And the defenders win another one. Thanks to Kiko's triple kill there.
Where will they go this time?
Considering the opening that Spiders got to, if I were to think around, what's a great number of rounds that I could take off them on defense and really be happy with my performance, 4 seems like, that's a pretty good target to aim for right now. They've just got 2 rounds left before half. They've got the ultimate advantage as well as that all-crucial res.
The big thing with the res is they need to make sure Reskin's able to stay alive. A lot of those first bloods for Avian that have turned these rounds have been onto that Sage. So not only do you lose a member, you lose a very crucial ultimate as well. Jabe taking a bit of damage. Was Hydra both shot to about 50%. And they'll tuck tail and run, though the rest of the team's still going to make their way onto A from the bottom side of the map.
One down. Satchel out. Satchel out.
Avian picks up another first blood for himself.
Moves all the way up to rope. Reskin staying on site. He's going to get found out.
Prepare for hellfire!
Orbital strike, taking a whole lot of damage on the Reskin. He can't get away from it.
Still in sight.
Prestige is going to try to will this back. He's caught in so much sight denial. I don't know that I can really bail him out. It can't. Just 2 left for 2 health left for Moonkeeper.
2 HP and a dream. And the
30
dream might
seconds
be
left.
going for next round at this point. Though, interestingly enough, the Spiders, even with the massive man advantage, opting to not plant the spike on A, move all the way over to B, just to be really triple sure they win this round.
Spike planted.
I think we're going to have a very prolonged waiting game at this point. I don't think Moonkeeper wants any part of this.
Yeah, I think you just eco for the next round. You make sure if somebody can't afford a Vandal, you can toss them one. Yeah. I think you're right. Which is why it was so interesting that they didn't plant A and go hunting. Again, the Spiders just taking the mathematically correct approach, I guess you could say.
Cage triggered.
Mathematically correct, but in terms of spectating, a bit boring. But it is going to be a win for them nonetheless. Spiders moving up to 8-3.
Game 5, can't really blame them for making the smart play. Last thing you want is if Moonkeeper goes on a clutch, turns the map around,
Last
wondering
round
what could have
in the
been.
half.
As you said, you thought maybe 4 rounds was the magic number if you're the Lynx. And we'll see if they can get it to 8-4 here in our final round of the first half of Game 5 here between the Spiders and Lynx. Looking to crown our first Rumble champion of the winter season.
Lynx is still not really finding a place where they're comfortable, where they can use all of their ults. Now with the Spiders all charging in one round here, they're all charging up through Hall, so if Lynxes know that, they should be able to get 1 or 2 ultimates that will really work out for them here.
Face your fear!
Rezkin unfortunately can't win that. 3 members all looking at him. So Atlas will be able to
Spike planted.
get the plant down.
I mean, again, if you can just get one sight on them and say that all of them are on point, you would think that either that Rolling Thunder or Orbital Strike, could clue them out. Oh, yep, he gets 1. Good start. Prestige also gets Avian. And teleport across the sideline. Nice play by the Lynxes. Yeah, I gotta think that the Lynxes, all things considered, gotta be feeling really happy with the 4 wins. Cypher gets hit while he's defusing, but ultimately they get the round win.
The round win. Kiko, the last one alive as well. Of course, none of that matters as we switch sides. And I mean, there's that magic number, you know, after the start, 7-1 at one point, getting to 8-4. Has to feel good, as you said, on an attacker-favored map. So now we go to the second half. The Lynx have really a chance to maybe make a great comeback here and win the series. Unless the Spiders have some kind of crazy defensive game plan that they've picked up. Remember, this is the Spiders map choice, so they had to know at some point they're going to have to play a half of Valorant while they were on the defending side.
Ready to head into round 13. And immediately up through Hall, 2 of the Spiders are looking to take a pretty aggressive peek here. They're going to get 3 off the knife. Lynxes are just kind of biding their time. The smoke really kind of shuts down this early peek that the Spiders were hoping they could take. It's going to be another one. I mean, the Lynxes know they have a lot of time, so they're going to take advantage of that. Meanwhile, all this time, the Cypher's been able to rotate up through Dish, basically uncontested, because everyone's been focusing on Hall. If he can dislodge this Brim on rope, he could call that basically, besides the 2 that you have in Hall, point A is open. But they're gonna go over to B instead.
Yeah, they realize probably waiting for Cypher to maybe find that brick. Not able to. But now, with the Lynx, we saw was almost always a solo Cypher defense. You do have Atlas over here as well, as happy to get a look at the spike down. Go gonna get that first pick. Ooh, and Happy barely gets out of that molly.
Spiders now down to just 3. Everyone for the Lynxes is doing pretty well on health, so tough task for sure. Oh, Surround tries to use the Stim Beacon. Gonna get 1 pick off.
1 enemy remaining.
But Happy and Moonkeeper keep things held down.
1 enemy
Well,
remaining.
Atlas, maybe. I don't know if he has the time, though, Prestige.
Where are you?
I mean, he still has defuse,
Come
and
on,
Prestige
please.
can just wait this out.
Prestige, you know, not only waited out, but he had the luxury of 100 health.
Deep breaths, everyone.
Atlas only
Your
had
hearts are
14.
pounding.
And that makes it a lot easier as well. So there you go. That's the first one for the Lynx. Though a lot closer than most of the rounds the Spiders won, which is interesting.
Heading into the next buy phase, the Lynx is going to have to decide what they want to purchase to head into the bonus round with.
There.
Seems like a whole lot of
There.
Spectres are being brought out.
Still in
Game
sight.
5, I doubt you try and bring out an AR. Oh, they get aggressive.
Wow.
Get one.
Wow, Prestige!
It won't matter, he had a reload. He goes like, I
Okay.
got you. They all stood the line. It's a perfect line of corpses there, and all of a sudden it's 8-6.
Uncharacteristically fast round for Game 5. So many of the rounds here have been so trepidatious and just so carefully plotting through that was such a change of pace.
That was a great job by the Lynx. I mean, being the aggressive team, they kind of set it up last round. Oh, we're going to wait you out. We're going to wait you out. And,
This should do.
well, one of them hit Jape. The other one bounced back to him. That was a fantastic job being the aggressors. And now you can see causing some hesitancy from the Spiders is Prestige and company push over through
Tripwire destroyed.
disc. Oh.
Avian trying to jump peek up through rope. Maybe bait out a shot.
I must
from
wait a
Kiko.
moment.
Oh, shots through door. Taking half of Happy's health away.
Jabe just still hanging out.
Oh man,
on
Happy
him.
is down. Very low health left.
A bit of healing. And there's a lot of time gone by. You can already see Kiko and Prestige have retreated. We're going to go back to B, but Hydra was there first.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, I don't know if they're so pressed for time to get back over toward B, but I think they just might be able to get to it on just a few seconds.
Oh, Prestige. The Avian, and Avian wins that battle. This is double satchel away as Atlas picks up one more. And Happy and Moonkeeper hold on long enough to defend this spike.
Last player standing.
One left. Atlas moving into defuse. We'll see if Moonkeeper. Nope. That's a pretty crucial win for the Spiders. Gonna make sure it's not a complete runaway by the Lynxes while they're on attack.
And just from those, I mean, first 3 rounds, even though the Lynx did win 2 of them, you could just, they're a lot more gritty and sloppy than what we saw from the Spiders, right? The Spiders were winning flawless rounds, 4-1s. I mean, these have been down to the wire, so you can definitely see the Spiders have the edge attacking. So we'll see if that 8-4 cushion they built up can hold. Prestige catches out Avian trying to throw down the bot. That's a great way to start.
Very
I know
slowly moving
exactly
through
where
Hall,
you
and
are.
that's a great barrel theft.
A map like this, that's exactly what you need.
Oh, throws the grenade out, and it works out pretty well for him. He's able to get away with it, take the Sage out, and blind another one. Typhlotic, another blind, moves out. Oh, didn't quite get that one.
Got caught reloading.
One enemy
Happy
remaining.
gonna get the spike down. We'll
Spike
see what
planted.
Atlas can do. In a 1-on-2 with about 50 life. Kiko and Happy need to be careful. We do not want to line ourselves up
Catch them.
for a collateral here.
Bring them down.
Trying to get a wall bang or two.
Bring them down.
Throws out the last prowler he has.
Those where they both are. I mean, they're on top of each other. One well-placed bullet. Win this round for the Spiders.
Where are you?
Oh,
But Kiko puts an end to that. 18 HP. Another round for the Lynx as they get closer and closer to tying this. Despite,
I mean, this play from Typhlo almost
I have money if you need.
completely brought the round back toward the Spiders.
yeah.
That goes there.
Now we see Lynxes have brought this back within 2 games. So I would be pretty confident in
Yes,
wagering that we're at least going to see this tied up 9 apiece. Don't know if we head into overtime exactly.
Seems to be the overtime map. Never we've seen it in a Rumble. See if that trend continues as Avian goes dashing forward with the satchel. Didn't have the showstopper, which makes that play a bit confusing. But does put his team at a disadvantage and leaves B site basically uncontested outside of Atlas, who's kind of come from spawn, but only has a sheriff.
Plant goes down by the Lynxes on B. The Uto thrown out by the breach. Keep the Spiders at bay on the retake. Nitro throws some smokes down. Typh is able to pick up 1 with a Stainer. Or some prestige.
One enemy
Teleport
remaining.
away. You just gotta think, can Typh take 1 off? Maybe just 1 exit frag. Oh, that was... I don't know about that.
Yeah, that one was, I mean, again, I mean, that position.
You're not going to win, but I was thinking he might just try to go for an exit frag. Just take the Brimstone out and be happy with that.
9-8. Spiders lead. Slipping away. See if the Lynx can tie it up. I mean, with how close this series has been, really outside of Ascent, it would be fitting that we go to 9-9.
Go get him.
Maybe if you get this alt orb, he can make a huge showstopper. The bot, no, not really cooperating with, I think, the direction he wanted it to go. Ooh, great first pick onto Kiko.
Ooh, that's a nice one-way smoke
Launching
by
smoke.
Jade.
Spike drops.
Cage triggered.
Right on another smoke. Gets a view onto Prestige, is able to take him out. For Weskin, though, on a double peek, is able to eliminate him.
Spike planted.
But nice job overall by
One
Jade.
enemy
I mean,
remaining.
his initial defense on this point, I think, is going to be enough for the Spiders to claim this round.
That is the case. Yeah, this first with Typhlotic, now with Jade. Whoever's been hiding out in A site for the Spiders has made some really clutch plays. This time, Jade is able to help his team win the round. Typhlotic came very close last round, and their A struggles. Maybe this should be, you know, dominantly a B angle for the rest of attack for the Lynx. So they need to now win 2 more rounds to tie it up.
This is in a similar position where they have a whole bunch of ultimates. That's what happened to them last half as well. Spider's also sitting on a lot of ultimates. And
Ooh, that's the first pick.
Yeah. Very good pick.
Die.
Prestige gets another. Looks like we're back to kind of the standard attack story that we're used to. Especially if the Lynxes are going to be able to use their neural theft.
Despite the neural theft, Atlas ends up picking up 1, make it 2. Maybe plays better under the pressure of knowing exactly where the team knowing exactly where he is. Those 2 picks all of a sudden make it 3-3. And now there's a neural theft available for the Spiders if they can get in range of one of those dead bodies.
And they are able to get 1.
That's huge. We'll get a second ping here.
Reveals enemies with the haunt. Jade is able to tip the scale slightly back in favor of the Spiders. Be absolutely huge round.
30
if the Spiders
seconds
are
left.
still able. I mean, Lynxes are now facing the timer ticking down. They got to plant the spike soon, but that sightline is locked down pretty well. Happy caught out in tower, and great recovery by the Spiders.
Yeah, I think unfortunately now the Lynxes are going to have to probably eco after 2 straight losses. And really, I mean, these 2 picks right here in the neural theft, Atlas picking up a double really changes that whole round. Does look like maybe the... this is a smart timeout.
Yeah.
Because again, you're already outgunned. It's going to be very tough to, come up with a plan. Because, I mean, they've been struggling on Fracture already. Again, I think this is if the Spiders end up clutching this, the credit goes to whoever decided to go to Fracture. The Spiders clearly look like the more well-versed Fracture team, while the Lynx have been playing well, but it seemed a lot more gritty, as I said. The Spiders' wins were just bam, bam, bam.
I think it just goes back to what we were saying earlier of this being a game of margins. It's not only how many rounds you can build up for yourself on attack, but also the quality of those attack rounds, as you were saying earlier, Fish. It just seems like the attack rounds that the Lynxes have managed to bring out have just been not as clean as when the Spiders were attacking.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the Spiders clearly had an idea, right? I mean, with the Valorant format, you loser picks the map, the other team gets to pick where they want to go, and I think the Lynx said, well, let's just defend second. We'll be able to kind of, see what we need to do, and the Spiders like, fine, we'll just attack first. We know exactly what we want to do. We'll put you at 7-1 at one point, and I think the Spiders have said, great map choice. There were so many maps you could have gone to. Let's go to an old reliable. No, we pull out Fracture, and we're up 11-8 here. 2 more rounds away from being our first Winter Rumble champions. See if they can get it done. And again,
I must wait a moment.
That's a lot of sheriffs if you're a Lynx fan that you're not wanting to see. What? Sometimes all you need is a headshot with the sheriff.
Oh, but Avian and quickly the Vandal difference makes itself apparent. Now Happy is able to pick up one of those Vandals. Oh, almost got the auto strike. It buys a lot of time for the Spiders to reposition.
Last player standing.
Happy does at least have a Vandal that he was able to steal, but gotta win that. Can't. Hydra with the kill, the ult buy in time as well, and now it's Spiders match point here.
Match
Game
point.
5.
You've earned this win. Let's make it official.
This is the one. Oh, Moonkeep. Oh, okay, he was faking me out. I thought we were going to see an Odin. I was like, oh. Really? But no, it is going to be a standard full purchase. And it has to be the start of a 4-round winning streak for Lynxes to, at best, move this to overtime.
I do have the 4 alts available, including the Sage Res.
Smoke's down.
Jade getting that Sage first despite trading. That's a huge win for the Spiders because that denies the res for the Lynx.
Bomb buddy out.
Happy is going to plant.
Spike planted.
They will cover.
Prestige decides to rip the Empress. Avian keeping watch over doors, gonna throw a grenade out through it. Keegan inside steps it.
and picks up Avian as well.
Double strike used. Oh, Lynxes are spending everything they can in terms of ultimates on this one.
I think that is the smart play. 'Cause again, they'll still have the Sage revive.
Last player
Well, the
standing.
Rolling Thunder for that next round that they need to win. As Hydra will just simply opt for the eco. Maybe look for an exit frag. It's Happy and Kiko both get caught.
We were saying it's all about those margins and losing those two Vandals to that spike detonation. I mean, when you're thinking of you got to be perfect for the next 3 rounds, I think that's very consequential.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna have the eco to get them back. As he's about to point out, one of them has a bulldog.
Small shields actually too.
Yeah, that might be the difference maker, though. It is a bit of an awkward buy for the Spiders. Well, you saw Jay pick up a Spectre at the last second, so maybe, and a Judge as well here for Avian, so maybe the eco a little bit more even than we were anticipating.
They're all moving as a unit throughout Hall, but Cypher is trying to watch their backs.
Stealing sight.
Flash. Oh, we've seen Typhlotic make a hero play before. Prestige will shut that one down.
It's not the fight you want to be taking with a Judge.
That is not the range of a Judge. Oh, get this Alt Orb. I know he has a couple people incoming, but he gets his Alt Orb. He's one more closer to the Neural Theft.
There.
Trying to keep the Spiders at bay. This long rotation around through the Lynx's own spawn has not worked out for the Spiders. And they're kept at bay even more by this. I mean, I wonder at this round, you know, you got 2 Vandals. If you just go to save it, they're already at an awkward purchase. But
for you,
ultimately, that's not going to be brought into play for the Spiders.
your duty is not over.
Yeah, I'm with you there, actually. I would have really expected them to just save those Vandals. They must have, I mean, yeah, I know, you look. Now, it looks like we will get a timeout from the Spiders here. You can see in the bottom left, they will call one. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe they have.
They wouldn't. I don't think they had the time to defuse either.
Yeah, I mean, the only way that makes sense is after 2 losses, you still have enough, and you were just looking to guarantee an alt point. But I don't know. We'll have to see what they can buy. But this game is coming down to the wire. I mean, when you have an attacker-favored map, trying to get that last round win as defense is always the hardest part. I mean, it really does feel like we're almost destined for overtime.
Which would be quite a fitting end if we don't see Fracture often, but the few times that we do,
yeah,
it always goes to overtime.
It just seems like it's one of those maps, as you said, you can build such a huge lead, and then it's just, you know, you only got to win 5 rounds if you're the Spiders, and they are taking it to the limit. But again, all you need is one little mistake. I mean, we almost saw that from the Lynx last round where they unfortunately got 2 members killed by the spike explosion. Thought that was maybe going to be what cost them, but here we go. After the timeout, what do the Spiders have? And it does look like they can full buy. So it looks like maybe the deaths were just to try and secure ult points.
Everything's pretty split up here for the Lynxes. Initially looked like they were going to go toward B, but might try to go through A through Dish.
The awkward thing is, and we saw this burn the Spiders once, is the spike is kind of by itself right now with Pico and Moonkeeper. If they go down, this is going to make it a very tough recovery. You hear the showstopper get pulled out as Typhlotic and Hydra pick up a double kill. So now it's already 5v3 for the Lynx. The showstopper does miss.
Here.
Neural Theft as well for the Spiders. This is huge.
That might be the game changer. Kiko, if he can get a kill though,
Caught one.
would be able to rip his own. Rolling Thunder comes out onto Jade.
That Rolling Thunder, that Hail Mary allows them to use the Neural Theft themselves. So Lynxes can still pull this off.
3v2.
Molly.
Second ping did just go off. Happy. Let's see a couple of them. Smoke gonna go down. Oh no! And now with the defuse, I don't think Happy's gonna be able to go on the flank. He does pop the combat stim, but I think Atlas gets the defuse. Woo! The Spiders,
Defenders
victorious
win.
Winter Rumble champions here in our first week.
Nice job to the Spiders. That is great, and you're not going to want to miss February 11th. $500 is up for grabs at the Gauntlet Games hosted at Shenandoah University. So if you think you have what it takes to rock it in Rocket League, then sign up for the East Coast LAN today. You can score 2 free weeks of training for Esports Tower to ensure you're at the top of your game. All attendees will get Shenandoah swag, free meals, and the winning team will be invited to play in the Esports Tower Rumble. So you live in the DMV area and want to play Rocket League, this is an event you're not going to want to miss. Go to esportstower.com for more information. So now we give our nominees for Player of the Game. I mean, Prestige obviously took it away on Ascent, but with the Spiders being the overall victorious team, I would have to give my vote to Avian.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to come down to Avian and Prestige. I know if you want to throw a third nominee out there, Jabe and Atlas I think would really be an interesting debate. But yeah, I think Avian probably takes it in the end just because his team was the team that was victorious, though Prestige put in a very heroic effort on Ascent, so I don't think you can go wrong with either of those.
Well, we'll see who the ultimate production nod is given to for the Player of the Game. And it is going to go over to Prestige. All right.
I mean, when you drop 40-plus kills, I mean, there's really not a whole lot to dispute. I mean, again, as you said, maybe Avian on the winning team could have an argument, but Prestige, against match point, basically solo took over this game. I'd be curious if he had more kills than the entire Spiders team combined because he absolutely played from, 9 kills in the first 2 rounds? I mean, that's just unmatched.
Tonight's Play of the Game is brought to you by Esports Tower. If you want to hone your skills and prove you have what it takes to play at the next level, then head over to esportstower.com and sign up to be a part of the action. Prestige is the Esports Tower Player of the Game. So, Fish, do you have any final big takeaways as we prepare to close out the first Winter Rumble?
I mean, I think this was a great way to kick off the winter season. I mean, this series was down to the wire, came down to really a great map choice by the side of the Spiders, kind of pulling out Fracture maybe out of the back pocket. That really was the difference maker. I think this is going to be a great sign of how close these Rumbles are going to be in this winter season for Valorant.
Well, congratulations to both these teams for making it such an exciting match. Congratulations to the Spiders, especially for pulling out the victory in round 5. Again, we're going to leave you with the top 5 plays of the game, brought to you by Esports Tower. If you want to take your gameplay to the next level, and of course, as I said, get involved in events like the ones we have at Shenandoah University, and go to esportstower.com to find out more information on how you can get involved with these Rumbles and take your gameplay to the next level. But for now, thank you for watching the first Winter Rumble of Valorant, and we'll leave you with the top 5 plays of the game.
Avoid, at least Garden, I should say, you can avoid look away, as there's Jay right on cue, getting the kill onto Rezkin in that Sova. Recon Bolt does give away Sunny Lee's position. But anytime Prestige is alive, you know there's a scary chance.
That's good eye as well. Empress popped for the
Ooh, nice kill there as well for Avian. They do have to force Rezkin to use the Viper Pit to try and get a plant down. Avian looking for the ace. Rezkin does pick up one, denies the ace as well. There is that Sage. Rezkin Jay back in the fight, and they get a kill on the Sunny Lee, so it goes from a 4-on-4 to a 5-on-3 all of a sudden. Hydra baits out the util with the fake defuse.
1 enemy remaining.
And everyone gone for the Lynxes. Wait for the rotation or try to catch Kikanen out. Kikanen does not check the angle, doesn't know he's there. Oh, that's getting greedy. But greed is good in this case. Almost gets his 4th. And that was a complete breakdown for
right behind him. There is that Killjoy plus the Aldrone, so that's going to open up A. That'll be a free plant. So there is Hunter's Fury. Econ hit.
Wow.
Ooh, 2. Absolutely huge.